Good evening, and welcome back to the penultimate, or maybe the ultimate episode of Science and Sorcery's long-standing campaign, Witness to Ruin, a show where four teenagers set off to cause an apocalypse, and we're there, baby. We are going to jump pretty much straight into combat in just a moment, but first, a very quick recap. The party has made its way to the Lost Isle, found themselves in the Temple of Chaos, passed multiple harrowing tests of faith. Some more happy about that than others, and have finally found the champion of Goddess Chaos, Wishara Wildless, seemingly trapped in some kind of slumber. But as they have found her in this subterranean chamber, so has Nerase Damaris, the villain of the story, found them, seemingly having been listening in to all of the party's communications through a cursed sending stone for the past few weeks, since she helped them to defeat some hags. And she is now here to steal Wishara Wildless blade and free the Titan Rakaros to herald in a new era of gods in which she herself will be in charge. And so the only people standing in her way are four level 7 teenagers. Level 7?
Level 8.
Level 8, baby!
That's entirely
They have
different.
leveled up! I forgot about that. And we find ourselves here in the subterranean chamber. Sam, would you mind showing the audience the battle map? Because we are gonna go straight in. You are faced with two massive earth elementals, Nerase and her dragonborn associates. And I would like everyone to please roll initiative.
It's not terrible. It's not great. That's a 12 for Nimbo.
Okay, 12 for Nimbo.
At least I'm rolling above a 10.
I just saw what Muck rolled.
Yeah.
Muck just got a 23.
Hell yeah.
Blur-
9.
Fast as lightning.
9 for Blurta and M.
25.
All right.
Some might say cat-like reflexes.
Plus 7. Plus 7.
Yeah. All right. And as we begin our combat in that case, just so the party knows, the four of you are standing on this seal, which is only like slightly raised off the ground. There's a pillar in each corner of the temple, or of the chamber. The chamber's ceiling is about 30 feet high, for those of you who can fly. And in the center of the seal sits Wishara Wildless. She is currently incapacitated and paralyzed and prone. So she will be taking damage if there are any area effect spells or anyone besides the hit her, in case that's something you want to do. M, you are up first.
Okay. I am gonna raise my wand and look at all four of these creatures and cast slow.
Okay. In that case, tell me what kind of save I'm rolling, please.
Wisdom save. 15 is the DC.
15 DC. Okay. Elementals to start. Natural 20 for the top one. 11 for the bottom one, so one of them is slowed. There is no icon for slowed, so I'm going to use that one. And then for Nerase, that is a nat 19 for
I'm
a
gonna
total
chrono
of
shift.
a lot. Chrono shift. That is not quite as good. That is a 9, but she's going to use her unflinching resistance to choose to succeed instead.
That's fine. We'll get rid of one of those resistances.
Yep. And then for our dragonborn friend, he is going to roll 14, so fails.
Okay, 2 of them. That's good. That'll do. That'll
And
do.
slow is what? Half movement, -2 AC, and they can only do an action or a action or bonus action.
Yes, it can use either an action or a bonus, not both. And yeah, you're right. It can -2 to AC and dexterity saving throws, and can't use reactions.
Fantastic. Good to know. Thank you very much.
Also, if they
anything
cast
else?
spells as well, there's a thing, but we'll come to that.
They have to make a check, yeah. That's the
Um,
Dragonborn's a wizard, so I might ask you to tell me exactly what that is in a bit. But
Yep.
for now, you have a bonus action and your movement.
No bonus action that I'm going to use just now, but I'm going to move myself to the top of this room, so like to my right. Not quite as far as you move me just a little bit further back towards the group, but that would be my turn with that. Yeah, that's good.
Fantastic. Cool. In that case, Muck, you are up next.
Okay. Muck is going to move towards the slowed
Yeah, that's the
rock
ringed in
goblin.
blue.
What are they called again?
Earth Elemental.
Earth Elemental. Thank you.
What is it this game you fucking nerds play?
Yes.
What goblins
Basements
are
and
the B-52s?
Pretty good band name though.
we could
That might be the episode name.
And surprise, surprise, I'm going to try and hit it. Okay, so that is an 18 to hit.
An 18 will hit.
Amazing. So on my hit, I'm going to use my magical ability, the good. So the Earth Elemental must make an opposed athletics check or fall prone.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Athletics.
19.
13. All right, never mind.
You
okay.
try to shove at this hunk of rock that just sort of stands, and it doesn't have a face, but you imagine it looks disappointed.
Fair enough. Let's
Roll
roll
your
for damage.
This is a magical weapon, right?
This is a magical weapon, so
That
your
is
resistances mean nothing to me. 12.
You get to re-roll that one.
Oh yeah.
11
Here I
plus
come,
something.
baby. That will be 11 plus 5, 16 damage.
16 damage. Nice. Second attack?
All right. Yeah, because I got him once, now I'm going to use my great weapon master, kind of like swinging my sword overhead and using the momentum to up that power. Okay, that's 2 plus 9, 11 to hit.
That will not hit.
Cool. I just absolutely over-egg it and swing and
it
miss.
just clangs into this stone. You hit like an iron vein that runs through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah. That is all I'll do this turn.
Okay. In that case, up next is Nerase, who is going to move up over here and then summon the black blood of the earth as the ground around you begins to bubble up in a 15-foot radius. And let's
I
move
do not care for this.
poison circle.
The ground around Hoomst.
Yoomst. So could this becomes difficult terrain, and can everyone make me actually no, sorry, that's not till the start of your either if you enter the area or if you start your turn there, you will need to make me a strength saving throw. Wishara, this poisonous sludge that's bubbling up pools around her, and at the moment seems to start eating away at her clothes, but isn't affecting her just yet. There's some kind of weird shimmering magical barrier around her. It is then the wizard's turn. The wizard has his movement speed reduced, so let's have a look at how much movement he has. Actually, Sam, could you please tell me what the slow, if he wants to cast a spell?
If you cast a spell, I roll a d20 on an 11 or higher. The spell doesn't take effect until their next turn.
Okay, that's fine. In that case, can you please roll me a d20 as the wizard starts casting a spell of some kind?
15.
Okay, so it won't take effect until the next turn. This isn't a spell I think any of you have, so if anyone wants to make an Arcana check to figure out what he's casting, feel free to do so.
I'm happy to do that.
I don't know.
Good to know,
Uh,
Blorta.
21, but 14. on that.
Okay, it seems to be casting Dispel Magic in order to end the slow effect. And then he does have a little bit of movement, so he's just gonna move 1, 2, 3 over there. And that's his turn. Nimbo, you're up.
Okay. Do I get the impression that this shimmering field around Wishara Wildless
Yeah.
would prevent me from putting magic through it?
You can make an Arcana check in order to reduce that. Can you first make me a strength saving throw?
Okay, I got a nat 1 on my strength save.
Okay. Cool. You're gonna take you become restrained, and you're gonna take some poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a lot of ones. 11 points of poison damage, and you are restrained until the start of your next turn.
That's fine.
And now you can make an Arcana check.
15.
Okay. You think it probably at this point it would stop your magic from coming through, but it seems to be lifting as well, and you detect the faintest flicker of an eyelash.
Okay, so it doesn't look like I can cast magic through the field yet.
No.
Okay, that makes my turn easier. I am going to cast a third level bless.
Okay.
With my action, so that is going to hit all 4 of us and Wishara.
Fantastic.
So
Hashtag
D4
blessed.
on saves and attacks. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh, just in case.
Okay.
Just in case
Do you want to
someone needs
move?
bonking. I can't.
Oh no, you're restrained. Yep. Cool. And if that's your turn, then the first of the Earth Elementals, Blurta, you are on deck. As this Earth Elemental, let's see, has a reach of 10 feet and is immune to poison. No, Nimbo, you are currently restrained.
Indeed. So it has advantage.
Yes, it does. As it's going to make 2 attacks against you to slam its fist into you. First attack, a natural 17 for a total of 25 to hit.
Okay.
2d8s. You are going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool. Wrath of the Storm.
Nice.
So the power of Vias and like the kind of the affront of being attacked by something that is an embodiment of nature. Yeah, I'm Vias' special boy.
Yes,
Don't
you
touch
are.
me. So they're gonna take a dex save, please. DC 16.
DC 16 dex save. And what kind of damage are you using? It's a nat 7, so that's a 6.
That's gonna be thunder damage.
That makes sense.
And I'm going to channel my divinity to use destructive wrath to do max
Yes.
damage.
Oh, right. How much
So that's
is that?
going to be 16 thunder damage.
Double the 32, as it is vulnerable to thunder damage.
Nice.
As you do that, the Earth Elemental shatters, and splits into 2.
Oh shit!
No.
I was feeling so smug.
Are they at least smaller?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, revealing them. So
Little
where there was
notches.
one, there are now 2 smaller Earth Elementals adjacent to you, Nimbo. However, because that was only the first attack that it had made, now you've got these little guys, who both get to make another attack. So,
Sure.
at advantage. Actually, I'll say only one of them gets to make an attack. That seems fairer. 9 to hit. So, as one of these little guys just goes for like your kneecaps, because they are relatively short, just bashes straight into your boot.
I feel like that the hand of Vias just materializes at my knee height and just like grabs the fist.
Yeah. It's made out of the weird blue, like black poison slime that's currently holding your feet. Blurta, you are up next.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to move. Do I need to make a save for the sludge or something?
Yes, strength saving throw, please.
Which I'm famously good at.
Yes.
That's a 17 with no modifiers.
Okay, that is a success. Wow, that's so many ones. That is going to be... So it would have been 13 points of poison damage, halved to 6, and you are not restrained.
Okay. My first move here is I'm going to step out of this goop.
That makes sense.
That
will cost you 10 feet of movement.
That's fine. Didn't like that for some reason. Okay. So at this point, what I'm going to do is two things. First of all, I am going to turn to Muck, and with my bonus action, I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration. I'm just going to go, Muck, fuck, shit up, and
Let's go.
so that's I think I assume D6s is what I've got. We'll check that in a second. The other thing I'm going to do is I am going to cast Bane at first level on the wizard, the big rock elemental, and Nerissa.
Okay. In that case, then what kind of save is that?
So that is a Charisma 16.
Charisma 16. Now Nerissa is part of Warlock, so I'm afraid that is a 16 from her.
I thought that was a bit of a long shot, that one.
Yeah, the Earth Elemental is a rock, so that's a unnatural 1 after a roll of 4. And the wizard is a wizard, so let's see how good he is. Just stupid stuff walk up. Alright, there you are. That's a 15. That's a failure, I believe.
Okay, so both the rock elemental and the wizard take -4 from attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah, and you and Nimbo and M are all currently concentrating on spells, I believe.
Yes, and I'm going to then step to the back of the room, just give myself a bit of space.
Makes sense. All right. In that case, it's the slowed Earth Elemental, who is still slowed
and baned.
and now baned. Working. There we go. So its movement speed is reduced, but that's okay because it's just going to attack Muck, who is literally right there. Yeah, but can only make one Boulder Fist Slam attack. So, natural 1. As slow fist comes down, Muck, you just sidestep it and like get ready to slam your sword.
So that's going to be like a minus number with the Bane as well.
Yeah.
They should heal Muck somehow with the punch.
You are up next. Muck on deck.
Sorry, did you say me?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that. I would, in that case, like to... Well, I need to make that strength saving throw first,
Yes,
right?
you do need to make a strength saving throw.
18 on the die, sorry.
Okay. You will take half damage?
Yep.
That's more like it. 20 reduced to 10 points of poison damage.
Oh, I'm glad I saved.
I've been rolling 6d6. I've just had like 3 to 4 ones every time before now.
Amazing. I'm going to use 10 feet of my movement to step one space up and out of this goop.
Yep.
And then if I use my bone wand for the D100 roll, will that break concentration? Because it's not a spell, it's an item use.
I don't think there are any concentration spells on the list that I can remember, so fucking go
Okay.
for it. And
Cool.
We'll make it happen.
I would like to aim it for directly between the big elemental and the two small, just to see what happens. And
Yeah, we can
um,
do that. About there.
yep. So that is 70.
70.
Yeah.
Okay. You turn invisible.
Oh, excellent. That is great, actually.
And it is.
Okay.
This is not concentration.
Yeah.
You don't know how long it'll last, though, or what might break it.
No, that's fine. I think in that case, what I will do though is inflict a blood curse
Mm-hmm.
on Nerise.
Okay. Does she need to do anything? No.
No, that just happens. So until the end of my next turn, charisma checks have advantage in cases. Yeah,
Cool. Sounds good.
just do it.
Yeah, and Emma's invisible. Do you want to move more? You've got more movement left.
Actually, yeah, if I'm invisible and no one's gonna know where I am, I'm gonna move slightly closer to Nerise. So maybe like the second to the right of the left hand side pillar. So
There?
yeah, because I've still got enough movement for that. Perfect.
Then you've got your dashing ability as a backstab.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that for now though.
Alright, in that case, Muck, you're up next with Nerise after.
So as Muck sidesteps this big swing from this elemental, she moves closer to the Dragonborn,
Yeah.
because actually the big elemental's not too scary right now, but I think we'll see a lot of benefits from taking this little fella out. So feeling bolstered by the bardic inspiration, by the blessing, she's going to use the great weapon master skill again. So that is okay. 3 to hit. No, +4, so that's a 7. Am I going to use any of my staff? No. I might as well roll the d4. 10.
D4?
And then were you d6 for bardic inspiration?
Yep.
Fuck it, let's go. 14.
Just misses.
Fuck.
Does that
Okay.
include the -2 from the slow?
On AC, of course. No, then it hits.
Yes. okay.
Energy.
Okay. So that will be 21 damage.
Nice.
Slashing damage.
And
also,
I believe the Dragonborn currently can't take reactions
Nope.
because of slow. Thank you.
Also,
Excellent.
would that fuck with his concentration on casting the dispel?
I'll
magic?
make a concentration check for him. 21 damage, right?
hell
He's
yeah.
fine. He's fine.
Okay. But because I'm also a slasher.
So what was the roll he made?
Concentration.
Yeah, he would. Did he pass or fail? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
He passed.
Was that with -4?
Minus D4.
This is
Minus
because
D4.
because of the bane.
Yes, he would still pass.
Cool.
Good catch
I
though.
rolled a 1 on the d4. Sorry. He rolled high on the dice.
Fair. So because I'm a slasher as well, so in addition to he's still slowed probably and baned, whatever, his movement speed reduces by another 10 feet to the start of my next turn. Nowhere, buddy. Ain't going nowhere.
Where do you think you're going?
Exactly. Oh, and that was my first attack, so let's
Yeah.
have another one, eh? Ooh, 17 +4 for a 21.
That definitely
Gorgeous.
is.
And then let's roll some damage.
Are you great weapon mastering these? Just so. I know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed, but just checking.
Cool. Yeah, I implied it with the flavor, but I should have said it more clearly. So that is 10 + 10, 20 damage.
Okay, and another concentration check for him. Yeah, he's gonna make this one as well, Alex. I'm sorry.
Bloody hell.
But a
How's
lot.
he looking?
He's not bloodied yet, but he's got 2 big gouges sort of cut through his robes. You can see there's
Just
like
giving him a nice
scales
crop
that-
top.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I feel
scales like flaking off where you've cut them.
I think I'll pause there then. I don't want to use my action surge just yet.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, end turn.
All right. In that case, Nerise is next. And if I am not mistaken, she's gonna see if her black blood of the earth recharges. It does not.
And the existing puddle of goo is still there, right?
Yes, yes. She doesn't. So what she is going to do, is she can currently see Muck, and she is going to target Muck with spell.
Counterspell.
So Muck, make me a
Counterspell.
Okay. Counterspell. Yep, it works. As the spell that Nerissa is casting is low enough level. Nerissa
It'll be a
tries to
third level
cast.
counterspell.
Hmm?
So it's a third level counterspell.
Which is any spell third level and below is automatically cancelled, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So that didn't work, which is fine. She is instead going to move. Actually, she is going to sink into the earth and pop up again right next to you, Muck. She takes out this nasty-looking war pick, and she's gonna try to hit you with it twice.
Come on then. Come on then.
That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, all right.
She came on.
Yeah.
That's only 6 points of damage. Dice.
-3 because I'm so cool.
3 points of damage.
Oh wait, no, is it a magical weapon?
It is a magical weapon.
Okay, then 6. Never mind.
But with your armor thing, is it only non-magical damage?
It's only non-magic
Yeah.
damage.
Oh, okay.
And then the second attack's a 19.
Meets it, beats it. So yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oh, that's better. That is going to be 11 points of piercing damage. She's
All
like
right.
hacking away at you. That's going to be her turn. And that brings us to Nimbo. You see next to you, it's not your turn, but next to you, you see the shimmering barrier around Wishara begin to fade even more. You watch again as just the faintest twitch of her eyelids. You see a sort of slight tilt of the head. It is the Dragonborn's turn. The Dragonborn is no longer slowed as the Dispel Magic takes effect, but is still baned. And is then going to... yeah, he wants Muck away. So, Muck, can you please make me a charisma saving throw? Against
no, my Riz is my weakest attribute.
Yes, it
that's 2.
Muck, you vanish
Ah!
as the Dragonborn casts Banishment.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So,
Good luck,
Muck,
guys.
you find yourself... Hold on, I'm just going to hide Muck for a moment. Muck, you find yourself suddenly in an empty demi-plane.
Oh,
A pocket dimension with nothing around.
And this is not concentration, right? That's just you're just gone for a minute.
No, it is
concentration.
concentration.
It is concentration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
I know
Hit
because
that
I
guy.
have it.
Yeah. Muck, you are incapacitated.
Fair.
So, Nimbo, now it's your turn. Oh, actually, no, it's not. At this point, you see, as a couple
Wait,
of
can I-
cultists,
Can I check? Sorry, just to rewind for a second. Who cast that spell, the banishment?
the Dragonborn.
Sorry, I should have rolled that d20 to see if it took effect or not.
Slow.
No, the Dispel Magic would have taken effect to
Oh, yeah.
cancel out the
We didn't
slow.
stop that. Perfect. Yeah, you're
Yes.
correct.
No, because he made the 2 concentration checks.
Yeah, I didn't realize
Um,
that Dispel Magic happened. Great.
Yeah, no, sorry. I might not have said that. My bad. There's a couple more people who are joining the fight, but all they can do on their turn is basically run in, and they don't really want to walk into the sludge, so they're just going to sort of start looping around the room. So there's a couple of cultists, and now it's Nimbo, with Blurta on deck. Oh
Okay.
no, not Blurta on deck, but anyways, Nimbo.
So I guess I'm doing a strength save.
Yes, you are.
Nat 20, baby!
Yeah, you are not restrained.
A spirit of muck enters your body.
It says, please get me out of this demi-plane. I did roll really well on that damage, so you will be taking half of this. That's 25, half to 12 points of poison damage.
No. Okay, but I'm not restrained.
You are not restrained.
Excellent. And this arcane barrier around Wishara Wildless is like
Yes.
flickering and fading, but
Yes.
I still
It's-
don't feel like I could get any magic through it.
No. Especially, you notice the sludge still isn't affecting her.
Okay, cool.
So,
So it's
That's
like,
the
kind of
main
like
giveaway.
it's like oozing up the outsides of this like invisible barrier.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it seems to
so-
be trying to drag her down, and it's not working.
I'm gonna turn to the 2 smaller rock elementals and say,
Mhm.
"Come on now, folks. Like, we don't need to do this. What are you doing working for her? She's not one with nature. She's trying to dominate it. She's trying to become above everything rather than part of everything."
Do you speak Terran?
I speak primordial.
That counts? Okay. They seem to understand what you're saying.
Do they seem to kind of change in their
No.
attitude at all? Okay. Then they're like, okay, I tried. Thunderwave. And it's a 15-foot cube, so I can probably catch that top.
You can
cultist
catch
here.
that top guy as well, yep.
Yeah. I'm going to cast this just at a 1st level this time.
Alright, and it's a
Con
save?
save, please. DC 16.
failure.
Oh, and if they are made of rock, they do it with disadvantage, I think.
Well, I rolled that one again, but no. So 6 from the top rock elemental.
Oh, and actually, it's not disadvantage. That's Shatter I'm thinking of.
So I rolled a 4 first for that one. So
Wonderful.
6. 12 for the other one, and the cultist gets a failure. 9.
Things are a little bit urgent, so I don't want to use all of my channel divinities. I don't want to. You know what? Fuck it, we ball. We need to get rid of these things just so we can concentrate on the other stuff. So I'm going to do max damage as well.
Okay.
So that'll be 16 thunder damage to everyone.
Okay. The 2 and they get shoved back 10 feet.
Yeah, if they fail.
Yeah, they all failed. Right. So the 1, 2, 2, 2. The elementals are like way beyond bloodied. They're clinging on to their existence. The cultist is definitely hurt, but not bloodied yet.
Okay, then if I move to here, would I be outside of the
Yes,
grasping
yes,
goo?
you are. Yes.
Great. I'm going to do that, and then with my bonus action, I'm going to use my lightning branch amulet. So I'm going to grab the recently reformed after I sacrificed it and then was rewarded with it coming back. My kind of gnarled wooden amulet, and I grab it and it starts to spark, and you see electricity like bursting out between my fingers and running along the copper coils in my curls. And I'm gonna make the Dragonborn wizard do a dexterity save.
Okay.
-4, minus D4.
Oh yeah, minus D4.
Nice. -2.
Sick.
Or sorry, no, just a 2. I rolled a 3 on both dice.
That's fine. So gonna take 8 lightning damage.
okay. and makes a con save.
Mm-hmm. Minus D4. Minus D4.
I rolled a 4 and a D4, and it's still a 12.
Okay. That's my turn.
Cool. All right. In that case, the little earth elementals, one of them knows where M is and is going to take the opportunity to get away from the angry Thunderman. And is going to...
How do they know?
Tremor sense.
Ah.
It's made of stone. And is going to try to crash itself into you. So that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Is that rolled with disadvantage still? Well, no, because it wouldn't do if it's got tremor sense. Ignore me.
Yeah, no. And it's going to push you 5 feet backwards. You also take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The other one's going to try to do the same to Nimbo and try to shove you back into the poison. It rolls a natural 1, so fails. Flirta, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to scooch forward 30 foot, which puts me to there, I believe.
Yep.
And then it's like, well, time to test out my new dragon magic, and I'm going to use my cone blast to hit Nerisei, the wizard, the elemental, the small elemental, and the random goon.
Remind me what kind of damage this is?
This will be cold damage.
Cold damage and 15-foot cone?
30-foot cone, I believe it's on.
Whatever it says on the
Ooh,
sheet.
30.
Yes.
That's huge.
The dragon don't play.
Yeah.
So from where you're currently standing,
Sorry.
oh,
Fun with shapes, people.
look, our hobbies are shapes and colors, all right?
So, yeah. Yeah.
Who
that's
is
what
moving? Stop moving my circle.
Sorry.
There you go. You can get those 3 like that.
Yeah.
Is that what
If
you were
I'd
going
moved
for?
like one step down, like there instead, could I hit all of them? Because that I was positioning to do this. So.
Yeah, let's see.
For context, viewers, there we go. Yeah, that was not the whole room.
So you can either get Nerisei or you can get the tiny earth elemental, but you can't get both of them.
I definitely want to hit the wizard is the key thing, and then
You want to hit the wizard. In that case, you can hit Nerisei, the wizard, and the giant earth elemental.
I think that's good.
yeah, that'll do.
Okay, what kind of save?
So let me find where you've. I believe it's sorry, because finding where this
Fun with
draconic
dragon
blast. Here we
control.
go. How did you word it? Dexterity saving throw. DC 16.
Okay.
guess?
Earth elemental has definitely failed. Nerisei has failed. And the Dragonborn's also failed. Nerisei is going to choose to succeed instead.
He's choosing to what? Sorry.
Succeed instead.
Well, nice for some. Okay, so
Roll your damage.
so with this, I just want to clarify one point of how you've worded this. So you said it includes my
You
warlock.
get to add.
So it includes my warlock blast features. So does that
Yeah.
add just one d5 or 2d5 because it's the equivalent of 2 Eldritch blasts?
You're not adding it. You wouldn't be adding a D5. You'd be adding your.
Oh yeah,
charisma
sorry, not
modifier.
d5, just 5 is what I meant.
You just add your charisma modifier once.
Okay, that's fine. So that is 13 points of cold damage to all of those.
And
Except
6
Nerisei.
to Nerisei.
Yeah.
Because she's succeeding. And 2 concentration checks. One moment. Nerysei passes with a 15 on the dice, and the Dragonborn minus a d4. That's a 14.
Well, that's just rude.
He's a wizard, guys. He's got good concentration checks.
That doesn't mean it's not rude.
No, I know.
And in that case, I will. Does that actually? No, that's concentration. Never mind. I am going to use phase step to go back where I started.
Okay, that's sensible. Because otherwise you would have been within the Earth Elemental's reach, and now you are not. So instead,
That's why I did it.
on its turn, the Earth Elemental is going to reach over the little Earth Elemental and try to punch Nimbo in the face.
Do it.
Nope. Just no.
See, once again, I feel like Vias intervenes by just like shifting the rock under one of its feet slightly, so it goes.
Yeah, let's say that's what happened. It's not just that I keep rolling 4s. That brings us back to the top of the round. Em, you're up next with Muck on deck in the demiplane.
If I take one step to the right on the map,
yep,
and then I'm gonna aim a lightning bolt down towards the wizard. If my trigonometry is correct, because fun with triangles, I'm hoping that I can hit the wizard and Nerysei.
I'm gonna see whether or not that happens.
Get me out of here, Emerald. I'm losing my mind.
You've been in there for like 3 seconds.
Yeah,
Like,
I
oh my
know,
God.
but
Less
there's
than that.
So
nothing.
boring in here.
There's literally nothing.
There we go, Sam. Is that what you were hoping for?
That's what I'm hoping for, to hit all
Okay,
4 of them.
absolutely. What deck save?
It's a deck save, yeah.
Alright. Tiny Elemental, fail. That's another 4. Big Elemental, 14. No, yes, 14. So probably a failure.
14's a failure
12.
anyway,
But yeah,
Okay.
14. I assumed 14 was a failure.
Yep.
And Nerysei, natural 2, and Dragonborn,
Come on.
minus a d4. 14.
15's the DC. Okay, so they're gonna take 8d6.
Yep, roll your damage.
Big money, no whammies.
Nerysei's used a reaction as well.
32 points of lightning damage.
Okay, you take out the small elemental.
Yep.
32 points of lightning damage. The wizard is going to use their reaction to pop up an arcane ward against this, because that's a lot of damage. As a barrier appears around them, is going to reduce that damage by 18. So what was it, 32?
Yep.
Minus 18 is
14.
16.
14.
14?
I mean, you can make it 16 if you like.
No. He's definitely bloodied at this point,
Yes.
and he fails his concentration check.
Yeah.
And Muck,
Yes!
I'm up next.
Muck, you were beginning to hear the voice of your patron god. Goes, "What are you doing here?" And then you just pop back into the underground subterranean temple.
As I appear, I just go, "Shut up, old man." And then I'm ready.
You have bonus action. You're no longer invisible, having cast
That's what I
this
was
spell.
going to ask. Yeah.
You have bonus action and movement.
I'm gonna just, no bonus actions. I'm just gonna move 2 more spaces to my right, just a little bit further away from everything that can try and
All right.
run at me.
And that brings us to Muck.
Is there anything I need to keep in mind considering I was just incapacitated, or
Nope.
can I just hit?
Everything's
some
back to
people?
normal.
Woohoo! Okay, I'm gonna go for the wizard. I'm going for a big one. So big,
Mhm.
great weapon master. Oh, it's an 18 on the dice, plus 4, 22 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, gorgeous. That is 6 + 6, 12 damage there. And speed is reduced by 10 feet. And then
The Great Weapon Master extra damage.
Oh yeah. So add
Yeah, I was
10
just
to
thinking
that.
that sounds very low.
Yeah. Add 10. What's that?
All
22?
right.
Did I say? Yeah, 22.
22 damage. Yep.
22
you
damage.
slash into the Dragonborn.
I'm gonna go again. Great weapon master and that. That is 19 to hit.
Hits.
Let's go. Oh, so sweet. That is 26 damage right there. How's he holding
You
up?
Cleave into this Dragonborn, and you just watch your blade suddenly cut deep through into the chest cavity, blood spurting out as it collapses and dies.
Don't call it a comeback. And because I'm a great weapon master and I just absolutely bodied that lame, I get to
Yep.
go again as a bonus
Yes, you do.
action. Never say, my eyes are on you. Great weapon master, let's hit it. 13 + 4, 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Fudge. Okay, good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
You're still blessed though, Tada.
Oh yeah, I'm blessed. What's
Hasn't it been rolling concentration checks for taking that acid damage earlier?
I have not. Let me do that. That's a 21.
That's fine.
That's a 20.
That's
I think I only
fine.
took it twice.
You only did twice, yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine.
All right, plus my D4. Oh, that's a 3 on the D4. So what did I say? 17 + 3, 20?
20.
20 will hit.
Yes, 2d6 + 16. Let's have a little look-see. I can re-roll a 1 or a 2, can't I? So
Yes,
that
you
is
can.
4 plus 4, 8 plus 10, 18 plus 6, 24 damage for Nerisei, and I will be slowing her down as well.
All right. She is slowed down.
And I flip her off with 2 fingers like that.
She just wipes like the blood that's spattered up from her face, and you watch this like crust of stone begin to form over the wound almost immediately.
You should get a dermatologist to look at that.
Stone.
Anything
Nice.
else, Mac?
No, that's all my actions and a bonus action, so I'm happy as pie. I don't know.
All right, I will also roll. Nerisei loses concentration on her pool of acid. But she will, at the start of her turn, see whether or not that comes back. It does not. She is going to... Yeah, she's gonna look straight at you, Muck. Raise one hand and crush it into a fist. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Plus D4.
Are you freaking kidding me? 10.
If you
Wait,
use your bardic,
wait, I'm
well,
gonna use my
you get
um,
bardic as well.
No,
No,
use
she
but you
used
have
it. I used
Indomitable,
it.
don't you?
I'm gonna use my doll. I'm gonna use my
Okay.
effigy of Idol so that I can re-roll that. The D20 for that, and that means
Okay.
somebody has disadvantage. I hope it's a baddie.
Blurta,
fucking
you
hell.
get disadvantage on your next roll.
I rolled even worse. I got
So what is
9.
the total you had?
Hold on. 14.
That is insufficient. As the weight of endless stone begins to bear down on your mind from all sides, you shrink in size.
Little Mum.
Mini Muck.
Become small. So to indicate that, you're not that tiny. You are size small, but you are size small. And you're going to take a load of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
magical bludgeoning damage before you.
Ah, it's even worse.
Yeah. Oof. $28 points of bludgeoning damage plus a bunch of fire damage. I should read my stat blocks.
From where? Who's doing all this?
Rakaros, Titan
Rakaros?
agreed
So
through his champion, Nerase, the bitch ass druid
Oh.
warlock. That's gonna be 20 points of fire damage as well.
All right, I'm on 1 HP.
While your size is reduced, did you use your half-orc ability to be on 1 HP?
Yeah.
Okay, your relentless endurance kicks in as you feel your strength begin to wane. While your size is reduced, you deal half as much damage with attacks that use strength.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
And Nerase is going to sink back into the earth. You do get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna try and hit her. I might as well use Great Weapon Master, whatever. That's a 4 on the dice. Just no.
You had reduced Nerase's speed, so she's 10 feet slower, but she's gonna pop up basically behind this pillar, which means you currently can't see her, and neither can Nimbo. Muck and Blurta can. Right. On Wishara's turn, those of you who are looking at her, watch as the barrier finally slips away. And she begins to shake her head. She's beginning to lose her paralysis. Spells will now affect her, Nimbo, but she's not able to take any actions yet. Cultists. First one is going to run up to M, and is going to try to grapple you to start. So can you make me an athletics or acrobatics check?
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably win that one.
I got 12.
11 for them. So they fail, and then they are going to try to hit you with their war club. Natural 3.
Go.
The other one is going to try to do the same to Nimbo, try to grab you first.
Sure.
So athletics or acrobatics? It's another 11. Yes, Nimbo?
It's in that one.
You were grappled by this man.
I'm gonna use my heroic inspiration to not be
Okay.
grappled. Can I to re-roll it?
To re-roll, yes.
They got an 11,
Yes.
and this is athletics. I
Mhm.
got an 11.
Okay, meets it, beats it, so you're not grappled. It will then also, he will try to hit you with his club, and he rolls a natural 6, so that's not going to beat your AC, which means it's your turn, Nimbo.
Sweet. I am going to. I'll take the opportunity attacks. I'm gonna walk over here.
Okay, in that case, you get 3 attacks of opportunity. Because you are within reach of the Earth Elemental
Absolutely.
as
Yeah, sure.
well. So the cultist gets a 15 to hit, which misses, I believe. The little guy gets a 17 to hit, which I believe also misses. The big guy still has a minus D4, and will thus also miss, because that's a nat 8 for, total of 15. So, Nimbo, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on my girl Wishara.
Yeah!
I'm gonna remove the paralysis.
Her eyes just suddenly pop open.
So I'm gonna quickly kneel down in front of her, and like put my hands on her shoulders, and kind of try to make eye contact with her. Be like, Wishara, I don't know what's going on with you right now, but the world could really use you, and we could really use you. Chaos could really use you.
She looks at you, and she says something in a language you don't understand.
It's not celestial or primordial.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
There is no way in hell any of you would speak this language.
Great. Do we do
Dutch.
potions? Do we do drinking potions
Bonus
as an action or a
actions.
bonus?
Bonus action to drink it yourself, action to feed it to someone else.
Great. I'm gonna chug a healing potion just in case, because I am the one person who can bring people back from the dead.
Yes, you are.
So yeah, I'm gonna chug a potion of healing. 2d4 plus 2. Of course, I rolled that, so I'm healing 5 hit points, but every hit point matters. That's my... Oh, and I've only used 10 feet of movement. You know what? I'm gonna stick with Wishara,
Okay,
just in case she needs anything.
cool.
You know what? No, I'm gonna step right back to where I was. Because I don't want these little guys coming for Wishara. No, what? No, I'm gonna stay next to Wishara, just in case she... No, I'm gonna go shield. That's it.
Make
Final
a
answer.
decision now.
Change the turn. Go, 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 go. Next.
All right, Earth Elemental is gonna try to hit you, and you know what? It's getting sick of the fact it can't hit you because it's so slow. It's gonna try something else. It is going to. It does have some movement. 1, 2, 3. Half its movement. That is gonna be a 30-foot
Muck gets
go.
an attack of opportunity, surely.
Muck
She
does
used
get
her
an attack of
reaction.
opportunity. Oh no, yeah, she did use a reaction to hit Nerysei earlier.
Okay.
Fun with Shapes is back on Science and Sorcery. I think we can all agree cones are objectively the worst D&D thing, right?
Which is why I never use a grid.
You just make stuff up. Yeah, it just wants to hit Nimbo. It doesn't really care about anyone else. So it's gonna shatter Earth. Can you please make me a dexterity saving throw?
My speciality. That's a 5.
Okay, you are gonna fail. You're falling prone and taking 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and the area of that cone is now difficult terrain.
Cool.
As the ground has been disturbed. That's its turn. And that brings us to Larta.
Okie dokie. So I was considering healing Muck, but I'm gonna not, just because I'd rather save it if you go down to bring you back up, rather than just give you 6 points for no reason. So in which case, I'm going to do 2 Eldritch Blasts on Nerysei and at least try and break that spell.
You cannot currently see her from your current. Oh no, you
Okay.
can see her. Yes, you can. Sorry,
Okay.
it's Nimbo and M who can't see her. Go ahead.
So does a wait, what even is my modifier? Eldritch Blast +8. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit.
Does a 14 hit?
13 will not.
Okay, well, I'll just take the 1 damage, and that will be 9 points of force damage. I mean, she would be shoved back, but there's nowhere for her to go. And I guess she makes a saving throw.
No, she does not. It is not a concentration spell.
Oh, that's terrible.
Muck is just small now.
For how long?
Fair enough. Okay,
Well,
so
no, just think of it this way. Just think of it this way. She's not the perfect size for her fiance. They're the same height now.
Psychic damage.
Yeah.
Yep, that's and then I'm going to drop down 1 space to be hidden and sort of put my back up against the pillar, just to give me a bit of cover.
Yeah, absolutely. It's now the other Earth Elemental, because I realized I accidentally swapped their order, but it wouldn't have really changed anything. So the little guy is going to try to whack you, Nimbo.
Mm-hmm.
12. That's a miss. And before we get to the top of the next round, shall we take a very quick break?
Yeah,
All
let's do
right.
that.
See you guys in 5 minutes, folks.
The tension is killing me.
All right, folks, and we are back, and Nimbo is making a concentration check for his bless. Are we still #blessed?
Adding a D4 to a nat 1.
Oh boy.
Y'all are no longer blessed. The hashtags are unblessed.
I'm just stressed.
And M is up next, Emerald.
Right.
Not
I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity, I think.
Yep.
And just try and move. What am I gonna do? I don't know that Neris is behind there, right? Because I didn't
You
see
know
where they-
she's in that area, but you can't currently see exactly where she is. You can assume
Okay.
she's kind of behind the pillar because the room's
Okay.
not that big.
Here's always an interesting question: how much do I need to damage pillars in order to get rid of them? Because I don't know if that's something we've ever done in this game. but-
You've never done that. Is
Yeah.
it something M would have ever done with any of the spells you currently have access to?
Well, I've blown up sides of buildings at times, so I
Okay.
was thinking of setting a shatter in that direction.
It probably, thinking of you're deep underground, these are strong pillars in order to hold up the earth
Yeah.
around it. It's unlikely to work with a spell like Shatter.
That's
Earthquake would
fine.
do it, probably, but not Shatter.
That's fine. In which case, I'm still going to take that attack of opportunity, but I'm going to
Yeah.
run towards Muck.
Okay. In that case, that's cocked. Natural 19 for a total of 24
Yep.
for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
you've got how much movement?
I can get there because I'm going to use all of my feline agility thing.
Okay, the question is more, how do you get there? Do you take any other attacks of opportunity?
I want to move around the top hand side of this large creature, the earth elemental, and come down next to the one that is right next to Nimbo. So I wouldn't ever leave no, not
There?
quite there, because I would take an attack if I went there. What
There?
I would like on the other side of the little earth elemental.
Here, I see.
Yes. Thank
Actually, I
you.
don't think you would take an attack if you went right
The
next to Mark.
big one has a reach of 10 feet.
Yeah, so you'd
you,
still be
you
within
would
his
be
reach.
able to move here and not take an attack of opportunity.
Okay, and I'm 10 feet away. Perfect. In which case, I'm going to grab hold of Little Muck, and I'm going to cast Thunderstep
Okay.
and teleport to Nerisy.
Ooh.
Okay. In that case, remind me of Thunderstep.
So everyone within 10 feet of where I am
Yep.
needs to make a con save or takes 3d10 damage.
Nice. Okay. Big Earth Elemental.
At minus 1d4.
It rolled a natural 4, so I'm not going to roll a minus 1d4, but it fails. Little Earth Elemental, Constitution saving throw. 14, so failure. Cultist, also failure. All fail. And this is thunder damage.
So they all take 22 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Little
Unless they're
guy
vulnerable to it.
is dead. Big guy splits in 2.
Nimberguts just gets sprayed with pebbles.
He does. 22 points of thunder damage.
A bit of pebbling. Yep.
Nice.
Why are these guys not turning up? Oh, I've just hidden something else. That's why. Okay. There we go. All right.
And
What
then I
about that
teleport.
goon?
He's
yeah,
still alive, but he does
Yeah.
take the damage.
Cool. And then I teleport the two of us right directly in front of Nerisei.
Yep. Over. Oh, sorry. Like this.
Yep.
Nice.
Fantastic. Okay. Blurta, because the earth elemental technically is no longer the same creature, you lose concentration on Bane as there are no more creatures being targeted by it.
That's fine.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I would still have a tiny little bit of movement left.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just take a step on the pillar to try and just block the view of Nerisei to me right now.
Yeah, that works. She can't see you, you can't see her.
Yep.
Muck, it is your turn.
Okay, Muck reaches into her pocket and pulls out a potion of superior healing,
Yes.
and heals for drumroll. 28. I like that
Yes.
very much. Okay, so I'm now 20.
Good roll. Good rolls.
Good rollings. Okay, so now I am going to try and hit. I might as well go for the great weapons master, because even if I hit but I don't use it, it's like So okay, -5 to everything. That's a 12 on the dice. 21 -5 is 16.
Hit. Miss.
Fucking hell. No, okay, then 18 is a miss.
Yes.
Yeah, and then then I am going to action surge, so I can take an additional action. And yeah, if I hit somebody with enough force to knock them 40 feet away, but they're next to a wall, do they take any damage?
No, we've covered this previously with Blurta's Eldritch Blasts, and they get pushed into the wall, but they just don't go any further.
Cool. Yeah. Just checking. In which case, I'm going to try and hit. I'm no longer using Great Weapon Master. I just want to make contact.
Yep.
Oh, 14 + 9 for 23.
That will hit.
Beautiful. Because I've hit, her speed is reduced as well.
Yes.
And then 2d6 + 6. I got a 2 and a 1. I can re-roll both, which I will. Giving me 8 + 6 is 14 damage there.
Yep.
Halved, I guess. Let's go again.
Yep.
Come on, I want to crit. No, I got 7. 7 + 9, 16 does not hit.
Which does not hit. No.
But action surge gives me additional action.
Yeah, no bonus action. Nerisei is currently bloodied.
Oh, beautiful. End turn.
End turn. At the start of her turn, Nerisei is no longer bloodied.
This motherfucker.
And she's gonna see if she regains her Black Blood of the Earth ability. And she does not. She just can't seem to get it back.
That was the best of us. Try zinc.
She is going to... Yeah, she's going to try that again. She's going to try to cast another spell at you, Muck. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Is there any point, or shall we just go with how fucked up I get from this? Oh, 18 + 5, 23.
You succeed. You feel your skin begin to crack and harden, and then the spell fails to take hold of you. So instead, Nerisei is going to take 2 swings at you with her war pick. That will
She's
be
a busy lady.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit. Yeah,
Which will be... Oof. 14 points of piercing damage.
I'm still up.
Reduced. And then the second attack is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For another 14 points of damage.
I'm still up. I got one point of health left. That orcish resilience is really hitting right now.
And that is... Nerisei is then going to... No, she'll stay where she is. She'll stay in that corner for the moment. Or will she? Speed's reduced. Hold on. Nah, she's gonna stay put. On Bashara's turn, she stands up from prone. She's looking around, takes a step forward, shakes her head, takes a look at those two earth elementals. And before she does anything else, she just sort of pats herself on the chest twice, and a shimmering force field of armor appears around herself as she casts mage armor. She is then going to look up towards the sky, and you briefly watch as effigies of the 3 moons flash around her head, and she seemingly picks one of them. Magic sparking around her fingertips. Right. What the hell is going on? Who are you people?
We've
That's
come.
your turn. Yes, Nimbo? Yeah, I will let everyone respond with one sentence.
We don't have time for a conversation.
Nimbo will say, we're here to set you free and save the world.
They want to become gods, but they're really fucked up.
That asshole in the corner is the avatar of Rokaros. I'm gonna kill him.
You see Wishar just turn from each of you, and when Tiny Muck speaks from behind the pillar where Wishar can't see you, you just watch her brows furrow. Like, what the fuck is happening? Oh god, I'm sleepy. And that brings us to one of the cultists, who is gonna run up to Nimbo.
Man, I'm a popular boy today.
You are in the middle of the room, my friend. He's gonna try to grapple you again. Can you make an athletics or acrobatics check, please?
There's no hands in these guys.
13.
21. You are grappled. And as the cultist fists clench around you, you're gonna take 6 points of bludgeoning damage just from the sheer force of the grip.
Or that gorilla grip.
Stone's grip, more like. And
So
is then gonna
how much damage? Sorry,
6 bludgeoning, and is then gonna try to bonk you on the head with the war club.
Bonk indeed.
23 to hit.
That will hit.
You are gonna take it because you're grappled. You're gonna take, instead of 1d8, you're gonna take 2d8s of damage, and you are going to be pushed 10 feet away and land prone. That's gonna be 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Push 10 feet away and land prone.
So I'm no longer grappled.
You're no longer grappled, and you
Smashing.
don't take attacks of opportunity because that was not force movement.
Smashing.
However, the next cult fanatic is going to take 2 attacks at you at advantage because you are prone.
Smashing.
21 to hit on the first,
Yes.
and 22 on the second,
Yes.
for a total of 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm
And it
still
is
standing.
Your turn, Nimbo.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of groggily stand up, like wipe some of the blood and dust off me. I'm gonna down a potion of greater healing. That's 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 4 is 12. I will take it. And then for my action, can I see Muck?
Can you see Muck? From where you are currently standing, you cannot see Muck.
Can I see Muck?
You cannot see Muck because Muck is tiny.
He's small, not tiny.
Sorry. Oh yeah, no. I just made the icon small to distinguish. Yes, you can see Muck.
Great. Dispel magic.
It doesn't work.
Shut up. Am I small forever?
So this is not a magical effect.
Am I cursed?
She's just small.
It
For no
is a
reason.
magical effect. It is a magical effect that is not affected by dispel magic because of the strength of the magic that caused it.
Gee whiz. Is it divine or
Okay.
some let me know.
So I can't even roll for it.
Let me check. Let me double check the wording on this because I'm assuming some of you might also still have moments of awesome potentially.
I don't.
Muck?
I don't
what, sorry?
think
I
so.
don't think so.
I think Blurton
Moment of
does.
awesome.
I don't remember.
You've got the inspiration light on your calendar. Character sheet.
So the issue here is that this
It's a
technically
tech.
isn't a, it's technically not a spell in that sense, so that's why it doesn't work. I will make a religion check. I will let both Muck and Nimbo make me a religion check.
Okay.
See if your gods
This
are
is
more
when I wish I had
powerful
my moment of awesome still.
than Nereus.
I had one in session 44, but I didn't write if I used it. And I don't know how long ago that was. Okay, I got a 19.
19 for Muck and Nimbo.
It's been a stressful day, okay? Like 8.
Okay. Muck, you feel Idol's power that you felt so briefly in that demi-plane that you were briefly trapped in start to reach out to you, and it is like busting up against Rakaros' magic as it is trying to find any way in for Nimbo's spell to find its way through. I'm gonna rule Nimbo, your spell slot is not used up, but the spell doesn't work.
Fair. That's my turn. That's my movement, my
Alright.
bonus, my action.
Okay, in that case, let me see. We've got that Earth Elemental's dead. Blurta, you're up.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to move to, so that's 10,
Mm-hmm.
that's 15, and then I'll
Yep.
move. Can I get to there?
No, you cannot, because it's difficult terrain. You could basically only take one step into it, because then you'd have only
So I can
5
get to
feet
there.
left. You
Can
get to
I
there.
hit all those guys with the cone without hitting Nimbo?
How
or
big is the
Washara?
cone?
It's the same. Well, let me just use the cone. That's. Yes, I can.
In that case, go crazy.
Okie dokie. All those guys, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Where are my cultist stat block? We'll do the Earth Elementals first. 13 for the top elemental. 9 for the other.
Fail.
Cultists, saves, dex. 5 for the top one.
Fail.
Natural 20 for the bottom one.
Succeed. But nonetheless. Oof. That's appalling. Double ones on my dice. So 7 points of damage to the 3 that were hit, and they're also all pushed 10 foot. The 3 that are hit are all pushed 10 foot backwards.
Okay, 7 points of damage. And the other guy just doesn't take anything?
No. That's
fine. I'm pretty sure this was about that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Anything else, Larton?
and then I am going to let's just throw away my last. I'm assuming I can't see Muck, so
No,
Um,
Muck is definitely behind that pillar for you.
yeah. So I will throw a bardic at Nimbo,
Yep.
and just be like, "Do some god shit." I was trying to think of something witty. I'm too stressed right now.
I'm trying.
Nimbo's eyes twitching as he's trying to channel the powers of the gods. All right. Okay, it's the Earth Elemental's turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one of them is going to go for M. The other one's going to go for Nimbo. So we'll go for Nimbo to start. Is going to be Nimbo. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
That's a paddling.
Okay, and it's gonna choose. Oh, actually, sorry, I didn't realize this. The target can choose one of the following: the target is pushed 5 feet away, or the target takes an additional 1d8 of slashing damage. Which would you prefer?
From who?
From you get to pick. This guy is doing this to you.
I'll get pushed.
Grabbing the wrong thing. So you will take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And
I'm
M,
still standing.
that's a natural 2 to hit M, which will fail. And then that is going to be M's turn with Muck on deck.
Right. I've not used this before, so let's try it. I'm gonna step out so that I can see Nerisei. And then I'm going to use my momentary stasis, and so I need her to roll a con save.
Okay. That's a 25.
Nothing happens. We watch as this kind of magical field comes around her and then dissipates. In which case, I am gonna Misty Step as a bonus action.
Yep.
And disappear over two squares below Blurter.
2 squares below Blurt. Fantastic. All right, Muck, you are up next.
Potion of greater healing. Heal me. That'll be 11 points. I'm still absolutely dead if someone decides to hit me, but it's better than nothing. So now that I have used my bonus action to do that, I'm going to use my action to hit this annoying person. I'm not going to use Great Action Master again because I just need a hit where I make contact for now. What is that? 18 to hit.
That would hit, but she's going to use her reaction to trigger a sheath of stone, which just coats her, upping her AC.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go again. 14 plus 9, 23 to hit.
That will hit, and as the stone shatters as your sword makes contact.
Good. And her movement speed is slowed. What did I just get there? 3 plus 4 for 6, 13 damage.
13 damage. She's once again bloodied.
Good. That is my turn.
Okay. Then on her turn, Wishara, looking around, still seemingly confused about what's happening, doesn't really know who to trust, but she's gonna do something because she feels she must. Is going to cast a spell as 6 tiny meteors start zooming around her head, and she is going to launch 2 of them. One of them exploding over here, which means Nimbo, you will also need to make a dexterity saving throw, please, as well as the other 3 creatures surrounding that square.
Come on, man.
That's a success. That's a failure. Your DC is 19. That's 2 failures and 1 success.
That's a dirty one.
Oh god.
So, well, I rolled real shit on the damage. So for the first, so that's going to be 3 points of fire damage to all of you, except one of the elementals, who's going to take 1 point of fire damage.
I'm still up.
And then the second meteor is going to impact in the exact same spot. So
Mhm.
another dex save, please.
That is, I kid you not,
Success.
another dirty one.
Okay, this
Or
time both
A
elementals
2 and then
failed.
a 2 on the dice.
cultist
Thank you very
succeeds.
much. This is
I
actually the
rolled
dice
2
that
ones
Dagmar
on the damage.
bought me. So, fuck you very much.
You're so welcome. I rolled 2 ones on the damage, so it's 2 points of fire damage.
Ooh, I am still up.
Come
I
on,
turned to
Nimbo.
Wishara and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why should I trust you?
Trust him!
I unparalyzed you.
I was just
Can you not feel the
Waking
power
up.
of the Rhea working through me?
So that's her action and her bonus action as well on that turn, which brings us to Nerase next. Actually, Wishara is gonna just back up and take stock of the situation.
Think about what she's done.
Gonna see. She still doesn't get her Black Blood of the Earth back. She is gonna start by swinging her pick at Muck. Natural 20.
Jesus Christ. You don't have any
Oh.
time rewindy stuff, do you, Sam?
I'm all out. Chrono Shift's gone, unfortunately.
It's gonna be. Okay.
Do you want me to
So it's
just
going
die?
to be
Shall I just-
15 points of damage,
Yeah.
Muck.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm down.
You're down.
Yep.
And at this point, Nerase is gonna look over and look at you, Em, and clench her hand again. As you feel your flesh begin to harden, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Con save. Yep. 18.
You are not petrified. Nerissa is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4 step over Muck's body, walk over this way, and turn to Wishara and say, "Why should you trust any of them? They awoke you so that you could free the Titan."
She's lying. She's the one who wants to free the Titan.
Don't
I
trust her.
You're
I'm dead.
unconscious.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nimbo, it is your turn.
Okay, unconscious for how bloody long? So, just point of order question.
Yes.
When Muck was taken to death's door,
Yes.
did she embiggen?
Nope.
She's still tiny. Or
She's
small.
she's still small. Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, slide over here. I'm gonna cast a 4th level Cure Wounds.
Nice.
So let me just roll you up 4d8 right here. It's gonna be 7. It's not the greatest roll. 15 plus 5, 20 hit points.
Praise be.
And then with my bonus action.
Have you got any potions?
I do. It's just a basic potion, so it won't really take me out of danger zone. I am going to use Hidden Step to go invisible.
Okay. You are invisible.
I know I'm still visible to the Earth Elemental, whatever.
But you're invisible to everyone else who matters.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna step to the side again, just to give Muck a clear avenue. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Appreciate that, man.
me. Whew.
In that case, it's now the cultist's turn. One of them is going to come here next to Muck. Muck, you are prone. So it's going to take 2 attacks against you at advantage.
Wait.
How would it know I was even alive and it couldn't see me? I'm too small and there's a bunch of people in front of me.
Would have seen Nimbo cast healing magic. Sorry. That's a nat 19 for a total of 24 to hit on the first attack.
Yeah.
Ouch. 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is it magical?
It is not.
Ha! 7!
And then a
Pathetic.
16 on the second attack, which I believe misses.
That's gonna miss, baby. You're a fool. You just put yourself in the line of fire.
Who's moving my cone around? Stop it.
Oh, sorry, that was me. That was just me checking something.
Okay. In that case, can you please put it back? Because I was trying to figure out where that cultist could get to.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing.
Yeah. There we go. It was over there. If that cultist could get to... Cannot get to M without dashing, but in that case will dash. That's its turn. Blurta, you're up.
Okie dokie. So I will begrudgingly just tromp across this difficult terrain.
Yep.
And then I can hit Nerisei, the 2 elementals and a cultist in a blast, which I shall do.
Yeah.
All make
Dex
me-
saves.
Oh, actually, tell you what. Can I make? Wait, let me just check something. Can I hex Nerisei?
Sure.
So let's use up my last level 1 health. So that will be hexed and her. Oh, that's only checks that it does.
Yes.
That's fine. I'll do it anyway. Yep. So she'll take extra necrotic damage on the. Yes, and yeah. So they will need to make dex saves.
Elementals both will fail. Cultist fails. Nerisei fails.
Nice. That's slightly better than last time. So that is so 13 points of damage, and they'll get pushed back to those ones. And so I just need to grab a d6 and an extra 2 points of necrotic onto Nerisei.
Yeah, the earth elementals shatter from cold. Nimbo, you get sprayed with even more dirt, and it weirdly sort of clings in the form of Nimbo where you're invisible, and then it drops off. Anything else, Blurta?
So I took 10 foot of movement, which cost me 20, but nonetheless, I'm going to move 1 step further back just to give
All right. In that case, earth elementals are dead, so we come to the top of the round with M, with Muck on deck.
Yeah, I don't like that this guy's right in front of me. I think I'm gonna take the attack and move.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up into the middle of the room next to the marks on the floor. Where I don't get bothered by difficult terrain though.
All right, you are. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, that is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool. And then if I can move up into that space.
Yes, over. Just next to Blurta?
A little bit further, center me right in the middle of that. Where, yeah. Thank you very much. And then I am gonna cast Shatter at second level to try and catch the 3 enemies in the left.
There's only 2 enemies on the left.
Oh, I can see 3.
Yeah, we can still keep...
Cultist, Elemental, and Nerisei.
That
Okay.
elemental I've deleted. I
You
don't
deleted
know
one
why-
elemental, but not the
Two
other.
elementals and one died.
I
don't
can't
know.
see it anymore in my map.
Okay, so
Oh,
So
okay.
it's dead.
Cool. Well, I'll aim for the two of them then.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. Shatter's a con save.
It is indeed.
Cultist gets a 6.
Yep.
Nerisei will get a 25.
Okay. So
now
that
it's-
is
Elementals come back. There you are.
so it's 15 full, and then half of that from Nerisei.
The cultist gets pushed into the wall and just collapses into a crumbled heap.
Perfect. I'm
this
going to
is-
use my bonus action to trigger Greater Healing Potion.
Go for it.
And that's my turn.
All right. Did that put you back up to full hit points?
Nope, I haven't done
Okay.
anything with my hit points.
BTT is just being weird in that case. That's fine
Yeah,
because
it's
it's just
done that to me
you and
as
Blurt are
well.
suddenly in full hit points. All right, that's fine. Muck, you're up.
Okay, first thing I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind
Yeah.
to try and keep the fight going. That's 13 hit points. So I'm currently
Nice.
at 26. Okay, and with that, I'm going to risk it all because it's kill or be killed at this point. So
I
I'm going
assume
to.
you stand up as well.
That doesn't take all my movement, does it?
No, half your movement.
Okay, great. Yeah, I stand up and I want to move to Nerisei to
Yep.
just absolutely
Which you
try
can
and...
definitely do.
Okay, but the thing is that she's really hard to hit, so I'm not using my Great Weapon Master. So okay, let's just give it a go. Oh, 15 to hit.
Miss.
Even worse. So that is my turn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wishara is going to massively fail an insight check. Like natural 2
Why
insight
the
check.
fuck did we come to wake her up?
She's been asleep for like 5
You know, if you get woken up
1,000
from a nap
years.
and you're immediately grumpy,
it's like, what the fuck are you guys?
and honestly, you have a bit of animosity to the person who wake you up.
And is going to... What is she going to do? Yeah, she's gonna do... Let me see.
Considering I have a 1 in 10 chance to crit, luck has really not been on my side this session.
Unlucky mucky.
Unlucky mucky indeed. Yeah, she's just gonna call out. Everyone stop moving and someone explain. And she is going to ready an action to cast a spell. Now, anyone who knows anything of magic, which is everyone except Muck, it can make an Arcana check to see what it is.
22.
Dirty 20.
Okay. 16. This isn't really Nimbo's kind of magic, so you don't know what it is, but it looks powerful. Blurt and M, you've both read of this spell. It looks like she's getting ready to cast the 8th level spell Incendiary Cloud, which will do enough damage to set every single one of you in this room on fire.
Okay, everyone. She's pretty serious. That's a big bad Bernie spell she is about to unleash. So maybe we don't do anything right now.
Alright.
Are we
You see
still
that-
in?
You're still in
turn
initiative.
order? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
The cultist just sort of looks at Nerisei and sort of starts lowering his war axe and looks nervously at the very angry woman across the room. Nerisei, on her turn, is going to consider it and then you see her eyes sort of... It would be glazing over, except the glaze seems to be... Her eyes almost turn to stone. Almost this brittle-like quality comes over her, and you hear this voice that isn't hers go, "No. No." And she turns to Muck, and she is gonna try to hit you again, Muck. Because you're still right next to her.
Sad violence isn't always the answer, you know.
Natural 19.
Meets it, beats it.
Yeah, well, natural 19, so it would have been 25 to hit.
Oh, okay, well, that would definitely beat it, yeah.
For 9 points of damage.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
Then that's going to be 16 to hit, which misses.
Yes.
And third attack, 13 to hit, which also misses.
Yeah.
As she just gets overtaken with this frenzy, and she just starts trying to hack away at Muck. Her war pick clanging off armor, like embedding itself in the floor next to Muck's foot. She doesn't seem to be fully in control of her own actions anymore. And Wishara's hands sort of twitch, and the casting of the spell isn't interrupted, but she seems to be reconsidering. Nimbo, it's your turn.
Don't set us on fire! Don't set us on fire! Nerese wants to use Rakaris' power to become a new god and rule over the universe. We just want to bring Chaos and Varea back together and to get rid of Rakaris and, you know, give nature and the world and the universe a chance to rebalance themselves.
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Or a deception. No, I'm joking.
I know Nimbo too well after 2 years.
God, how? What's?
You have a bardic inspiration, D6.
That's cocked. Okay. 12. I mean 12.
You see her eyes flicker back over to you, and she's just not sure what to do. But she's not casting the spell. This brings us to the cultist, who's just going to look over at Nerese, look over at all of you, look at Wishara, and he's like, "No, fuck this shit." You get an attack of opportunity if you wanted, Nimbo?
No.
He just makes it out of the room and into the corridor as he starts legging it. Blurta, it's your turn.
So, Wishara, just to let you know, we have been chasing somebody unleashing various nonsense with undead and nonsense across the country. And we have come here to ask for your help with breaking the seals so that we can stop Rokuros with the help of the gods. That's plans on the table.
Make another persuasion check.
Is that with
not
advantage?
Not at advantage anymore.
Okay. Which is my
Nimbo.
most trustworthy dice.
Nimbo
Come on,
has the
Ruby
bell
dice.
and Humboldt.
I can't believe I can believe that I got stung by the I set up something cool and then the dice betray me thing.
Well, the dice have also betrayed me, because even with my +8, that's only an 11.
Guys, you're killing me.
No, Dagmar. You're killing us.
Repeatedly.
That's just you, Rachel. In this and every lifetime. Wishara now turns to you, Blurta, and she's really thinking about this hard. You're up next. Muck, you're on deck.
Can I? And I'm just gonna I am just going to step away from my friend because
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
you do
trust-
still have your action and bonus action if you want to
Yeah,
take it.
I'm just going to step away from my friend because I don't trust the crazy warlock to not cast some kind of crazy spell on us both.
You shouldn't
And
talk
I'm just
about
holding my
yourself
hand
like
up as I
that,
do
Berta.
it, just backing
Yeah,
away.
yeah, I don't know. Wishara's a sorcerer, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Oh, you mean
no.
Nerse?
Yeah.
Yes, she is a warlock. All right. Muck on deck.
Look, I am very tired. I've had to run across the country to try and figure out what the fuck is going on, and we were told or figured out that everything led here. And we were betrayed by that one, and I'll point over at Nerase.
Wildly hacking at Muck still.
You're our hope to fix this. Don't fuck with me.
You can either make an intimidation or a persuasion check. It's up to you.
I am gonna do is either. I'm gonna just
Which
try.
one's M's feeling more?
I'm feeling intimidation more.
Okay.
I'm not fucking joking. It's a nat 20.
This finally, something that the pleading from Blurta and Nimbo didn't get through. The anger in M's voice seems to reach through Wishara's sleep-addled mind, and you watch her hands drop to her sides,
Please,
and she just nods at you.
just help us. I just want to rest.
Okay. Her gaze shifts to Nerase. You still have your action, bonus action, and movement.
If I see that gaze turn, I'm gonna just turn around and I'm gonna launch a chromatic orb, 2nd level.
Go for it.
At Nerase. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make this. I feel thematically cold.
Cold. I like it.
That is 11 on the die for an 18.
That would hit as she's going to use a reaction to Stone Sheath ward herself again.
Cool.
No worries.
Perfect. No worries. That's fine. I'm gonna stay where I am. That's my turn.
Muck, you're up.
So do we still need to persuade/intimidate her to stop casting the spell?
You can absolutely, because everyone else got to. If you want to, you can.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use my action to disengage and then just come out. Go, hi, I'm still here, and as you can see, we've all stopped, but this weirdo hasn't. So if you could just stop her, just do some, magic and stop her, then we can all have a chat and sort it out. Because the rest of us aren't even gonna carry on fighting like that. Intimidate.
Intimidation check, please.
Very much an I'd like to speak to the manager type of intimidation.
17.
Wishara just looks at you. You can see that she's quite tall, and she, even from the distance, she has to angle her head down to sort of try to look Muck in the eyes at this point. Because I said, okay.
Okay, but she was. You need to stop her. You can't just say okay. You have to do something, okay?
I've got this.
All right, fine.
You still have a bonus action, Muck?
I got nothing to do with it. I use every single ability at my in my arsenal to stay on these 10 hit points or whatever I got. So enter.
In that case, on her turn, Wishara is going to reach a hand out to. Actually, she's going to start walking towards Nerase, slowly, collected. Her robe sort of swishing around her feet, and she's going to reach out a hand and cast Hold Monster. And someone used up all of her legendary resistances earlier on and fails the saving throw. As Wishara speaks again in this strange language, which you'd heard her speak earlier, Nimbo. The only word you pick out is Rokaros. Nerase paralyzes and stands completely still. That cultist runs as fast as his feet can carry him away. And we are out of initiative. as standing before you is level 20 sorcerer, Wishara Wildless, champion of Chaos, wielder of a blade that can rend the plains.
I pop out of invisibility and vomit blood.
Nice.
Honestly,
I've
that was the first fight I've ever had where I didn't go unconscious, so I was having a good time.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, whatever, blood. I need to sit down.
Why am I
yeah.
still small?
I think
Oh, sorry.
I think that might last for quite some time.
Ah!
Muck, I'm sorry. I mean it suits you. Look, we're the same eye level.
Does that mean I'm the biggest one in the party now?
No.
I'm slumped up against that pillar, with my back to it, just like.
I hand out a regular potion of healing to both Nimbo and to Muck.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Cheers.
nice. Okay. I'm in double digits, baby.
As you all catch your breath, take a moment to assess yourself. Pop maybe make some fun of Tiny Muck. Wishara has just grasped Nerese's chin and is looking into these weird stony eyes.
What are you seeing there, Wishara? What's the deal? What's that language you were speaking? Sorry, I don't mean that in like a, weird, like, why are you here way. Just curious.
Which question shall I answer first?
Dealer's choice, honestly.
The language. We answer the easy questions first. The language is Kori. It is what is spoken amongst my people. I am of the Kalashtar.
It's a beautiful language.
Thank you. What I see in this woman's eyes is the influence of the Titan.
No shit.
Do you object if she dies?
No.
No.
I spit up a bit more blood.
I mean, I'm naturally contrary, so I want to say no. So I want to say yes, but no, I don't.
Yeah, now's the time for honesty, Blurter.
There is
She's
no
too much
other
of a
way.
threat to the balance of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Sorry.
true. There is no other way to remove Rokara's influence on her. She is too far gone.
Then in a way, she's already dead.
Yes.
Sorry, that's going to be seared into my mind now. At that pitch.
Yep. Becoming the Black Earth's chosen is no easy feat. It is not a kind end. Would any of you wish to do the honors? I
look
see I
them up.
am amongst fellow champions here.
I look at Muck.
How about we do this together?
How does that even work, though?
Well, I feel like we've got 3 divine champions here.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's going to take the power of gods, to symbolically banish this.
Sure, just
Yeah.
sure whatever. Just like
My weapon comes from Idol as well, so
That's what I mean. We
Yeah.
have 3 champions.
exactly, yeah.
And, honestly, even the 2 of you who aren't, aligned directly with a deity, we're all champions of the universe.
Of the people.
I do quite like that. I will grant.
All right, so I'm gonna start like Kamehameha, like charging a banishment spell, to unleash as anyone else. Once everyone else kind of puts in their ideological or divine or magical attack, to
Yeah.
banish this agent of the Avatar of Greed.
The Bashara actually picks Nerase up, surprisingly strong for what looks to be a relatively frail frame on the sorcerer, and just puts her in the center of the sigil on which Bashara had been kneeling.
Can I Arcana check this?
Yes.
This
What specifically are you looking for?
it doesn't matter because I rolled a nat 1.
There are strange magics afoot.
Yeah, like I was basically looking for this to see if it's like, wait, in the sigil, is this some kind of like double flip around? But it's a nat
Maybe.
1. I don't know.
No,
Switcheroo.
not sure. Not sure. It's definitely magic going on though. Muck, how do you prepare to kill? the
Muck
Avatar
prepares.
Bashara?
Muck prepares her sword and does activate the ability that would push her back. Just because
Yeah.
I got to use both, so I can use the other one again. So
Yeah.
2 birds,
Ooh.
1 stone.
If I stand opposite you, and then it should be like sandwiched between the double
Perfect.
pushing.
All right. You're prepping an Eldritch Blast then, Blurta?
Yep.
And M, are you taking part?
M will take out their dagger and is gonna run it along their arm. Cast a Crimson Rite, and you watch as the blade frosts over. I'll then like look into inside my cloak and go, right, I just really want to rest. You do this.
Oh, hell yeah!
And put the blade
As-
in the talons of Yarrow.
It moves it from like a talon to the beak, and he's just like clenching it in his beak.
It's like an
Yeah.
owl with a
Got
knife.
better grip this way.
Sure. Don't miss.
And I'm going to be there ready with the banishment so that once the body is destroyed, I can just kind of hoover up any wisps of Rakaros that are left behind.
Bashara looks at all of you, gives like an eyebrow quirk at the owl, eagle. Eagle?
Don't. This is
Bird?
Yarrow.
He's
important.
actually a biker.
Actually, I'm a menace to society.
That's also true.
And the dead dad.
You are an interesting assortment. I see why you were picked.
You do? I'm not entirely sure I am.
Bashara brings her hands together and tears open the fabric of space and time. She casts the spell Blade of Disaster, and you watch as this Bashara's blade planar rift appears, which she is able to hold like a saber. On the count.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
1, 2, 3. As your magics and weapons impact into the husk of Narase's body, you hear an ear-deafening, booming sound. Her body gets flung in multiple directions from Muck and Blurta's abilities, briefly vanishes from Nimbo's spell, and then crumples down into the center of the seal. Eyes back to normal. Staring. Completely unseeing.
Let me try something. I'm gonna reach into my pouch. Like, you don't mind if I use one of these, do you? And I'm holding a pretty sizable diamond.
Go for
I
it.
think it's, if you empty the cup and then break the cup and then mend the cup, do you think you can fill that mended cup with something better? And I'm gonna make eye contact with my compatriots and with Wishara, in case anyone's got any objections to me revivifying Nerase. Hopefully, now with the taint of Rakaros, with the taint of Rakaros purged,
I mean,
and her being a kind of reformed individual.
I mean, I like the narrative of this, but didn't Wishara just say that the person who would become an avatar for Rakaros like went through like a ton of effort to do so?
It is not something she would have done if she had not wanted it. If you truly believe reform is possible, then I would like to see you try.
Well, when we're done with this, we are going to form a union, so I think it's probably worthwhile that we stick to what we believe and that perhaps justice can be done. But just in case, and I will take some rope and I'm going to bind our hands and legs.
She won't come back. Like when she comes back, she won't be far from the door. We can always pop her
Just
back
in
through.
case.
So
Just
yeah,
for the more amusement, I'm going to drop some ball bearings under her feet.
Okay. Wishara goes and sits back down in a kneeling position, resting the planar rift blade across her knees, and just watches you do this. As you, Nimbo, call upon the divine to bring back your nemesis / one-time crush.
yeah.
I distinctly remember the words that Nerisei is kind of hot.
I was young. I was, I was like what, a couple of months younger than I am now. Like I'm much
Weeks.
wiser now.
You see a
I've got
girl with high
girlfriend,
charisma, and
Is there anything you would like to say about the Revivify ritual, as we've not seen it in a long time on stream?
Well, being in this hallowed place of chaos with the champion of chaos, and me having recently, restored partly my connection with Vareya, the god of balance and the god of creation and balance to a certain extent, and the estranged twin sister of chaos, goddess of destruction, and also me channeling Vias, the god of nature, my other patron. I feel like this is a uniquely suited trio to negotiate resurrection. You've got the god of nature and kind of that aspect of life. You've got the creation and the destruction, the birth and the death. And so I feel like what I'm trying to do, rather than to force this life back into this body, I'm trying to sit those three down so they can just talk it out as adults.
And as you call upon these three gods, you see Wishara just start to smile as you basically sort of scold the gods into therapy.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
And slowly, Neris's chest starts to raise and fall with renewed life. Still unconscious, at least for now. Strange, cracked scars across her skin, similar to the symbol of the fissure. Like cracks in stone. But otherwise, completely elven.
And while you see this from the outside, I am, kneeling. I've taken off my boots of elven kind, so I'm barefoot. I'm kneeling with my toes on the stone of the floor, eyes shut. But what I see is kind of a friendly black void, and there is this lying down, this prone form of Nerisei, and a kind of spectral Nimbo kneeling by it, as if you've laid out tea and biscuits and you're waiting for guests to arrive. And I hope that these divinities that I've called upon will come and join us around this table.
You may need a little more help in order to sit down with the gods, young one. But my blade and I can make that happen.
As a spectral Wishara also joins me at the table.
She lifts her blade of disaster, takes it into two hands, and plants it down into the ground? It's unclear what it is in this strange void. But you watch as cracks of light appear, and suddenly you lose your spectrality, and you see your companions around you. And you see in front of you a long table, several figures sat around it. A man with antlers on his crown reaches a hand out to you. Come. I believe you have something you'd like to discuss with us. That is where we're going to pick up in our last session. You have found the dog. Now, I am going to ask you to pick an MVP, mostly so you can all discuss what you like most about what everyone did this session. But I don't really expect the moment of awesome to come up next turn as we wrap up the campaign.
I mean, Muck coming back from the dead like a million times, just bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. Amazing.
I wish to also say Muck, but just for the voice of Mini Muck.
Mini Muck has been great.
Yeah, I love that Big Muck doesn't have a voice, but Mini Muck does. I really enjoyed the moment where Nimbo shattered the golem and then the elemental, and then it turned into two elementals. Like, that was so painful to watch.
I'd literally written in, if more than 30 points of thunder damage will split into two.
Yeah.
Happens first round, okay.
Yeah.
I really appreciate how meanly and how aggressively you played Nerisei. It was. I spent a lot of that battle on single-digit hit points.
Yeah.
I would like to do a very quick shout out for the Better Monsters subreddit, specifically Oh Hi Mark on Reddit. This was his Black Earth chosen stat block for Nerisei. His cultists are fucking incredible and exactly what I was looking for.
So she's in the petrochemical industry.
Go again.
What the Black Blood of the Earth was. But no, I really enjoyed playing the big bad. I've been waiting a long time for that. So
I similarly really enjoyed M's mean streak and like all the cold theming that came through with it as well. Like, you were cold as ice today.
Especially like how that translated to getting Wishara on side. Like, there was so many sincere like, oh, but you know, we're the good guys and we're trying to da da da. And M was just like,
please,
real.
Yeah, listen up.
I've had enough.
Also, I feel like we haven't discussed this on stream, but Alex's cosplay is amazing. Like,
yeah,
literally,
we just all ignored that.
just how I normally dress every day.
Yeah. Every other episode has been cosplay.
Yeah.
To look behind the scenes, there was a bit of a team conversation about cosplay, and we all landed at varying degrees from none to full. So I've gone with like, a nice woolen scarf in Nimbo's colors. It seems on brand for a storm player.
I just can't believe, Sam, we bought him a custom fursuit and he didn't wear it.
I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what it would awaken in me.
Also, you say custom fursuit, like it showed a lot still.
Yeah.
And I will just say, I do have my Yarrow cosplay to hand.
Oh, vintage
For
Yarrow.
Menace to Society. Alright.
Okay.
Also, Blurtix Bardic inspirations was so uninspiring, but inspiring because they're her. You know,
Yeah, right.
do God shit. What?
Oh,
And you know that message must have sunk in because eventually I got okay.
Exactly.
eventually you got through, and we will see what happens when you go and do some god shit. The next and final session of A Witness to Ruin. We will see you all real soon, folks. Have a great evening. Good night.
Goodbye.
Pew, 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 pew.